crafty friends, Amanda here, and this is day 7 of the best of 30 days of sketches from Christy's Beautiful Life. And today's sketch is by Ashley Horton. And I didn't really have the photos that I felt would go with the heart, but I did have these photos of our youngest when we went to La Brea, and there's the tar pits there and the museum, and we were at the museum, and this skull, you could touch it and you couldn't actually hold it. The guy there at the museum had to hold it, but you could do pretty much anything else with it. So I have some photos of our son with that. And then I went through my stash and I found this old Dreamin paper pack, and this is all that's left of it. And I thought the colors were great. For whatever reason, the camera captured a really orange hue on our son. So off camera, I went to You Are Here, the Close to My Heart image collection or image set on Cricut, and I cut out the moose and the deer and a couple different bears in different sizes and an elk. And then I cut out a couple lizards, actually 3 of them in different sizes. And so off camera, if there was any, like the lizard and the turtle, I'll have layers to them. So I glued those together. But then on all of them, even if they were just silhouette outlines like the moose and the deer and the bear, I went ahead and inked the edges with the retired chocolate ink pad color. And I didn't think you needed to see me doing all that. If you do need assistance in paper piecing with Cricut images, just let me know and I can put together a tutorial for that. So in the You Are Here collection were also some feathers. So I cut a couple feathers. I also cut just a couple leaves. I was trying to emulate the sketch in that the hearts are kind of bigger at the top and then they taper down into a point at the bottom. And then she has, I don't know if it's splatters necessarily, but lots of little images that kind of fill in. And I didn't need that because I've had an idea. And at this point, I'm kind of nervous about trying it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the title in because she has the title there at the bottom. And I love, if you've been watching my channel lately, I have just been really using this alphabet uppercase stamp set that's retired from a long time ago on so many projects. I recently purchased the teeny tiny type and I can see myself incorporating that. But my title of this scrapbook layout is going to be called Questions, because our son just asked so many questions about this animal skull and the teeth, and I don't remember what the animal was, but he just had a ton of questions, and as you can see, there's just a lot of joy going on. So I went ahead and pop dotted up that banner that I did the title on, and then because I had just stuck the Cricut images down with the adhesive runner tape, I could pull those back off and then kind of pepper them in around my title. So here's my idea that I've had. So I went and I got my old chocolate reinker, rosemary and black, and I'm going to use some texture paste, and I'm actually trying to scrape the stuff that's right along the upper edge because it'll be a little drier. If you have texture paste, I highly recommend that you try to keep it all together. Like as you work your way down the bottle, just try to keep it all scraped together. But I knew that I was going to be adding quite a bit of liquid to it, and I didn't want it to be too soupy to put on the layout. So I did about 4 drops of black and 4 drops of rosemary and about the same of chocolate. And it's about at this point that I'm like, oh no, did I use too much ink? But I'm just going to keep smearing it around here. This particular tool that I grabbed, the spatula, it's really a flimsy plastic, and so I'm having trouble mixing it, and I crossed my fingers there going, let's hope this works, because the tar pits are just that. They're tar pits with this gloopy, muddy, sticks to everything, and it smells of sulfur and decay. So I thought I would try to bring that feel to this layout, and using the texture paste and making it kind of that brownish black color, and I used the rosemary just to give it some of that green tint, and I'm really pleased with how the color came out. And here you can see I changed spatula for something that's a little more offset, and it's a stiffer plastic so it picks up the paste off of that mat a little better. And it's funny, I'm kind of hesitant. It doesn't show it in the video, but in my head I'm like, are you really going to do this? Is this really what you want to do? But this is what the animals that got caught in this, there was an environmental activity event that happened, and in this particular tar pit, they have just found all sorts of species that lived in Southern California at the time. And there was this big sloth that was huge. I mean, it was probably the size of 2 of the biggest bears you've seen, with these really big claws on it. And I've done another layout with my husband in the sculpture that they have of the sloth. But I just thought this turned out really well. This is kind of, to me, a good representation of what the day kind of looked like. And you could see what the animals were from the photos that were there, but they were all covered in this. So I had these durables on my desk from a project that I did last week, and I thought the colors just work great with this Dreamin paper, so I put just a couple of them on there. Be sure to check out the playlist. They're doing a playlist this time of all the people that are putting in videos, and it's kind of nice because you can watch like everybody's video for a certain day, and it just runs you right through them, so you get to see the sketch and then everybody's take on that sketch. If you're a subscriber to my channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I do this so that I can get my photos into the album, and it also, at the same time, I'm trying to inspire you to get out and craft. Blessings.